One of the biggest drivers of Trump's support, and one of the things that's most predictive of his support, is that you express cynicism about the future and a belief that your kids...
That's what he gives voice to every time he makes a campaign stop.
Yeah, absolutely. You think about the way that he talks about...
your cynicism is appropriate.
Absolutely.
Because those people don't care.
Absolutely. You think about the slogan, "Make America Great Again," because I think a lot of these grievances are legitimate, but what it's doing is it's giving people an excuse to point the finger at someone else. It's point the finger at Mexican immigrants or Chinese trade or the Democratic elites or whatever else. And sometimes these villains are legitimate.
Maybe I can have a conversation with this guy, and maybe my specific presence, my ideologies versus his ideas, if we merge together, we can go out and create and accomplish some incredible things. All right. I play that, and I bring this up because every last one of you listening to me right now has the ability to do it. Every single person. This is not the politician's responsibility. This is not the government's responsibility. This is not something that you need to go look for assistance for. This is something that goes on in your own heart and in your own mind. This is something that you really want in life. I'll never forget the score was like 29-7. The only thing that we could actually rest on was the fact that we didn't get shut out. All right. So remember, Deontay was slinging it, beat us, all that kind of stuff. So the next year, what happened is that we knew everyone was moving up in 85-pound and all that. And Olney got something happened. So Olney got caught practicing early, some ridiculous thing that the youth, back in those days with local youth leagues, it's a lot different than the way it is now with youth football, where you can't have, teams practicing before the time, and it wasn't 7-on-7 and all that kind of stuff. It was a different time, right? So apparently what happened, Olney got caught doing something illegal for league rules, local league rules, or whatever it was, and they were not allowed to go to the playoffs. So they were still able to have their regular season, but they weren't allowed to go to the playoffs. How so? That made us the favorites of winning the county championship. However, so they let Olney, roll with the regular season, but they banned him from the playoffs. So what happened was that game in the regular season between the Olney Bears and the Brick Cheney White Oak Warriors, that was the game, right? So anyway, we played them in the regular season, and we returned the favor. We just straight spanked that ass. We beat the Olney Bears, and because they beat us the year before, we get them this year. It felt like what was going to happen, and because we're sixth grade kids, we felt like it was going to be every single year going up from 85-pound to 95-pound to 110. We thought it was going to be at least two more, but just a great rivalry, right? So we were going at each other and talking a little mess and all that. You could look at youth football when it comes to youth football in the state of Maryland, and you type in the White Oak Warriors, you are not going to see another football program that has put the area on the map. The best, I say it all the time. I've said that I remember actually doing a workshop, because I do a lot of workshops for coaches when I was heavily involved with PCA. I remember doing a workshop in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, at a school that you probably heard about named St. Thomas Aquinas, which has a again powerhouse football program, has so many guys in the league that I wouldn't even try to name them all. Tons of just NFL guys coming in and out of St. Thomas Aquinas. And I remember saying this when I did a workshop for them. It's like 70 plus coaches. And I said that the White Oak Warriors are the best youth football program in the entire country. And I said it without batting an eye, without blinking. I remember I got a little pushback, some people got a little testy with me or wanted to say something, but I stand by it. I mean it. It's the best football program ever. And it's particularly, in my opinion, obviously I'm a little biased, but in my opinion, if you look at 2001 and you look at 2002 and seeing how we were rivals with this team, and then the way we came together and won a championship the next